Mabuhay! It's LadyMid0ri. We're now at episode 12 of ReDraw with me, and let's talk about Pokemon! So, based from all your responses, Misty and Ash wins. If it isn't obvious in a thumbnail, I was supposed to ask about Sailor Moon, whether I'd be redrawing them as a group or being with their own counterparts like my drawing here. Because someone in my DeviantArt commented that they'd like to see them drawn separately. But I'll probably do that for my Patreon. I'll have to ask the community first. Moving on, this is my first and last ship for my Pokeship, and no one can change my mind. I stopped watching the anime after Diamond and Pearl. Yes, but I could barely remember them when I did my research now about the Pokemon seasons. So I think I was only able to watch glimpses of the episodes in Cartoon Network. I actually stopped watching it because Ash's companions keep changing, though I know life happens, and because both Misty and Brock are gym leaders and they have a life too, so I guess that's it. The link to my original artwork is in the description below. It's entitled, Misty, I Choose You. In the description, it says, the original image came from a sticker with Misty holding Togepi around her arms. I changed her outfit and added the cap and the gifts Ash had given her when he finally came home. And that's the end of the description. The rest that I'm going to mention is just my opinion while I'm recording this. Not sure if I referred Misty's outfit when Ash meets her again in Hoenn. I totally loved her new outfit in there, so it leaves me confused whether to stick with her outfit in the series or the one that I made before. Perhaps I'll put them together and make it more what they wore as trainers. I'll keep the gloves since most of the trainers have one. Before I share the story I made in my head when I drew this way back, let me rephrase and revise them. It may be longer than the original scene I made while doing this drawing. There was a Pokemon festival during Ash's trip to Hoenn. Wow! Everyone gasped as they gazed at the view before them. Before Ash could even say something, Brock, May, and Max disappeared from his sight and went on the booths they're interested in. Pokemon food, Pokemon merchandise, Pokemon contest props. Separated from the gang, Ash and Pikachu strolled along while looking for something interesting to do or at least eat. Then, Pikachu's nose twitched, as if smelling something very familiar. Ash thought it was the food, so when Pikachu jumped without notice, he quickly followed and called out to his partner, pushing the crowd. When he finally caught up to Pikachu, everything went in slow motion. Pikachu jumping to a familiar tall figure who was almost surprised by a random Pikachu jumping on her. The figure had her hair tied into one side and wore a yellow romper. The tomboyish mermaid blinked her green eyes as Pikachu embraced Togepi and her. Pikachu? What's a random Pikachu doing in here, Togepi? Misty asked. But seeing Togepi happily greeting Pikachu, she raised her eyebrows and realized it wasn't just an ordinary Pikachu. Pikachu? Misty repeated. What's the matter? Did you get separated from Ash? Pikachu shook his head and looked back at the crowd to see where Ash was. Misty looked up to see Ash, who was out of breath and almost shocked to see Misty and Togepi. Ash? Misty? What are you doing here? They said in unison and both laughed. Misty grabbed Ash's arms and walked him around while sharing stories of her own. They came into a stop when Misty noticed a booth that customized dolls. Why'd you stop? Ash asked. Oh, Misty sighed. Remember I gave you the Misty lure through Professor Oak? I just hope I could give you a new custom one, but not a lure. Then Ash was about to say something when Brock and the others called out for them. You guys go on ahead, Ash said. I need to buy something Pikachu wants. Pikachu shot him a questioning look and Ash shushed him. Okay, Misty said, and then turned to greet the others. Hi, Brock! Hey, Misty! Brock greeted, and their voices drowned away from the crowd as Ash faced the doll seller. How fast can you finish a doll? Ash asked. Next day. So, you're acting fishy. Do you need the help with something? You seem to be doing something on your own and not include us in your plans. I'm kind of disappointed, Misty winked. Well, can you meet me later in front of the Pokemon Center? There's something I need to check on. Pokemon Center? Why? Did something happen? Before Ash could respond, Pikachu pinched his cheeks and was doing some sign language he seems to be the only one to understand. Misty looked at them bewildered. What's up with these two? They're both acting weird. Oh, right. What I mean earlier was, come alone and don't invite the others when we meet up later, Ash said. There, Pikachu. Is that enough for you? Pikachu gave him an okay sign as if he was the one doing all the planning. Meanwhile, Misty was left dumbfounded with what Ash meant, and it took a while before it registered what he actually meant. Does that mean we're going on a date? Misty almost exclaimed, and Togepi happily waved its little arms as a way to cheer for Misty. What are you stressing over for, Misty? May asked, seeing Misty was pacing back and forth, and it was almost a few hours before their meeting up. Of all the times I didn't bought anything different to wear. Although I do have enough cash to buy something to wear, I might end up overdressing because this is Ash we're talking about. He might just need some help with Pokemon and was embarrassed to tell the others about it. Yeah, that sounds more like him. I'll just come as this, Misty thought. Later. Sorry, are we late? Ash asked. No, Togepi and I just got here, Misty sighed as she noticed that Ash was wearing his usual clothes. So somehow she confirmed herself that it wasn't going to be a date. She was glad she didn't spend any money for new clothes or she would have embarrassed herself for overdressing. So, are we going inside? Misty asked, as to brush off her thoughts getting ahead of her. What are we doing here anyway? Is there something happening? Max asked, while Brock and Mage almost shut him up and hid in a bush nearby. No, not really, Ash said. Give me your hands. My hands? Misty asked. But I have Togepi. Pikachu interfered and jumped at Misty's arms to carry Togepi instead. Thanks, Pikachu. Now close your eyes. Close my eyes? Are you making fun of me? Ash asked, annoyed. Hey, what's happening? Let me see, Max mumbled, while May and Brock were enjoying whatever is escalating. No, here, I'm doing it, okay? Misty said. Then she felt something soft was placed on her palm. Can I open my eyes now? Sure. Misty opened her eyes and found a chibi Ash doll in front of her. How cute! Misty could not contain her excitement and did not realize what she just said. With her face turning red and teary-eyed, she embraced it and said, "Thank you, Ash." Then, Pikachu was about to hand Togepi back when Ash took something out of his backpack. Before I forgot, here. Ash handed a gift box. You're being very generous today, Ash Ketchum. I wonder what's up, Misty teased. Be thankful, okay? I know I owe you and Brock a lot in my journey, so this is my way of thanking you, Ash said, with his eyes looking away from Misty's. Pikachu face-palmed. Oh, so are you also going to give Brock his? Misty said, as if disappointed it was only an obligatory gift. No, Ash said, showing the Misty doll. I also got mine just in case we go on our separate ways. We'd remember one another. Brock doesn't have his, so please keep this a secret. A secret. I like it. Thanks, Ash, Misty beamed. Early access of ReDraw with Me, plus download the high-res image of the art that appeared on the episode. Just go to coffee.com/LadyMid0ri and choose whether you support me via one-time payment only or monthly payment. It's your choice. Missed an episode where I featured your favorite characters? No worries. You get to purchase previous digital artwork featured in my YouTube video. Just message me at Coffee to request a previous artwork and send me a screenshot where you found the artwork. For example, in my social media or in DeviantArt. Then, I would put the request up in my shop specifically for you to purchase. Just go to coffee.com/LadyMid0ri. I didn't expect my imagination to run wild while I was typing the story for this. I thought it was going to be quick and short, but I kind of enjoyed writing it without planning. So, in the end, instead of drawing Misty alone holding Ash's gifts, I decided to draw something similar to the series, a screenshot. So, I drew both sides, Ash and Misty. Now that we're done talking about Poke shipping, let's move to the controversy at the moment. I've been hearing Palworld and did my own research to why do they keep telling that it is a rip-off of Pokemon. Unlike Digimon, which is a healthy rival of Pokemon and came out almost the same time as Pokemon, I can remember them showing on both our rival TV local shows. And the story of how monsters in each world are totally different that you wouldn't even compare the other from another. Besides, I've seen a poster from a Digimon movie where the teens were all grown up. Unlike Pokemon, that Ash and the others remained in their teens and we did not get to see them become an adult. And you wouldn't even call both series a rip-off of the other. Unlike Palworld. So, what is Palworld? Palworld got a Steam rating of 9 out of 10. According to Google, Palworld is an upcoming action-adventure, survival, and monster taming game created and published by Japanese developer Pocket Pair. The game is set in an open world populated with animal-like creatures called pals, which players can battle and capture to use for base building, traversal, and combat. Its initial release date is just last January 19, 2024. Genre: indie game, shooter game. So this is what others meant when others is saying it's like a Pokemon but with guns. Fighting game and more. And according to the Google reviews, since it had a score of 9 out of 10 over Steam, it got a good feedback from gamers. Some reviews were saying the same thing, like it was a combination of Pokemon, Ark, Minecraft, and Genshin Impact, in which I cannot relate to, so I only knew Pokemon, and I'd probably be biased if I did my own review. I don't have the time to play the game and give my own review, so I'm going to just base it off to the online community to explain what it was. So I tried watching gameplays and was surprised it had a darker side where the pals are somehow gotten rid of for some reason, I'm not sure. Can't say it's the same thing when doing a Pokemon battle when a Pokemon faints that it's literally unalive. Besides, no one butchers Pokemon but uses them in the wrong way, which is Team Rocket. Unlike Pokemon, in which you had to select just 2 characters at the beginning of the journey and would let you customize your trainer name, Palworld allows you to customize a character of your own. There are over 100 pals available, and unlike Pokemon, there aren't any evolutions. Though there is another dark side of it, that you need to sacrifice a duplicate pal to increase your pal's power and put them in some machine and raise their tier. Now, correct me if I'm wrong with the wordings here. As I said, I did not play the game and base it on what I see on my research, hoping they're trusted sources. Perhaps the idea of Palworld is a combination of several games, which probably would be far off what Pokemon really is about. It's just sad that they have to copy the exact colors, change physical features of their pals so it won't be called a rip-off of Pokemon. I mean, artists do reference other art to create an artwork that they can later call their own, but changing a few features and allow it to be recognized as a Pokemon is somehow a tricky marketing strategy. So that's it. Here's the final look for my Pokemon redraw. two scenes of both my favorite ship. Did you like the short scene I made? Let me know in the comments below. I'll make a community poll to which drawing I should redraw next. I'm excited to see which you would choose. See you in my next video.